Hey everyone, welcome back. David in History for the Ages. So what is the Samson option? Well, as you can see from this image, it's not a good one. And this has to do with an idea that Israel has to deter any attempt to destroy its civilization. So let's kind of break this down. So Israel, we know, has a nuclear arsenal. It was established probably around 1966, 1967. Officially, we don't have like an exact timeline of when and how many bombs, nuclear weapons Israel has, but it's estimated anywhere from 100 to maybe 400 weapons, ICBMs, nuclear bombs on submarines. And as you can see on this map here on the left, everything in green are basically nations around Israel, right? Predominantly Muslim nations. And Israel's a little sliver there you could see in red. And not all, but several of these nations have often called for the destruction of the state of Israel. And so the Samson option is very simple. Israel's policy is they will never use a nuclear bomb first. However, if there's an existential threat to their existence and there's a chance that Israel will be wiped off the map, then yes, they will use that as a deterrent, right? It is kind of a bit crazy because I can't even think of another nation off the top of my head that so many nations literally just want to wipe off the map, right? There are people who say we need to change a regime here, a regime there, but not wipe an entire nation off the map. So can it actually happen, right? Well, if you follow the Cold War, many people know Cold War. We had the nuclear age, 1945, of course, atomic bomb. By 1952, we have hydrogen bombs. And during the Cold War, there was what's called MAD, mutual assured destruction. The Soviet Union had weapons, the United States had weapons, other nations did as well, and neither side was going to use it because they knew it would just destroy everything. That was kind of the deterrent. But the thing is, there was never a time that both sides said, hey, or even one side said, let's wipe the United States off the map. Let's wipe the Soviet Union off the map. Yes, there was talks about changing regimes, changing governments, but not this kind of existential destruction. And it was still pretty scary, even during the Cold War. Now what you have is a situation with Iran. And on this map, what you see here is how for a very long time, Iran has fought this proxy war against Israel, using various powers from Gaza, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and so forth to attack. And recently, they just fired a whole barrage of various drones and missiles at Israel that were intercepted. And so there have been many Iranian leaders who have openly called for the destruction of the state of Israel. And so the question is, would they, if they have the capabilities, attack Israel first? They've already been attacking them through these proxy wars. And even without nuclear weapons, Iran has a big arsenal that can hurt them. But with nuclear weapons, and Iran, does Iran have nuclear weapons or not? They're definitely developing them. How close they are, again, is nobody's 100% sure. But the question is, when they do get them, would they use them? So the bottom line is this, and one of the reasons I talk about this is the Samson option is important because it shows us that events that could deal with Israel are not, people go, well, what do I care? Well, you should care. Because if Israel's ever destroyed or wiped off the map, as so many nations want to do, it's going to have a massive domino effect. Then Israel's going to maybe have to defend itself with nuclear weapons. Then what happens? And it could lead to global catastrophe. So this is one reason I tell people you got to kind of be aware of what's going on there. Understand that at the end of the day, Israel's not going anywhere. They've got the nuclear weapons. They have to have a little nation to live. And so if people kind of go to that direction of wanting to destroy them, the end game is that Samson option, which is not good for anybody. So at least maybe you're familiar with it. I don't know if you've ever heard the term before, but those are a few thoughts on that. And of course, I have a lot of other topics on Israel and the history of the Middle East and Iran and so forth, and all sorts of stuff on the Manhattan Project. If you were interested in that, a bunch of good stuff on my channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Please, share, like, all the good stuff. Everyone have a great day. Thank you for watching.